Hey, this is Gene. I just want to talk a little bit about everybody going crazy after our first two games, similar to what happened last year. And then we had the ability to beat Liverpool and started to play somewhat well after that. Still had ups and downs in the season. And I think this is where we're at. I think what you have to look at this is that the first game was so bad, and somehow we got the 3 points. Yesterday was, for the first half, was pretty good. We were still open in a lot of areas, but that's how Ted Hog's going to want to play. However, the players need to know exactly where they're supposed to be, and we're having some issues with that still. Um, I think we got a lot of turnovers in their third. We should have scored 2 or 3 goals in open play. We should have had a penalty. I mean, as bad as everybody's saying it is, saying that we had no drive and the players had no mentality and all this other bullshit that I've been hearing ever since the game. At some point, you just have to say the other team was just better than us because they finished their chances. As fluky as those goals were for them, they did. Uh, I think it's very possible that we might see some changes next week, but maybe not. Because again, as you're a coach, you want each game to be better. We were clearly better than we were on our first game. The hope is that we continue to improve, finish our chances, get our number 9 in, and see what happens with that. Put Marcus where he's supposed to be, and then find out what we're going to do on the other side. If it's going to be Anthony, if it's going to be Garnacho, if it's going to be um, Sancho, uh, or a combination of those, we got to figure out what we're going to do. It might even be Mount. Um, I understand he shouldn't probably be the number 7, but I thought he had an understated game yesterday. Um, had no issue with him being substituted. And I guess people are upset because they pushed out Mount, or they pushed um, Bruno out right at night, or on the right side. And a lot of people hate that, and I don't like it either. I think he needs to be in the midfield. Um, we just need to tweak it a little bit. Um, Again, this I said this before, and as much as I like Shaw, but I've talked about his positional awareness, and it seems like he's. I don't understand what he does. He doesn't understand where he needs to be at this point. As my son just came in, I'm talking. You want to see? Say hello. Say that's my son. Um, he knows more about football than Mark Goldbridge. I'm just telling you that right now. So, because he was sitting there watching the game, and he's like, "Why don't they put it over there?" Now my son can't really talk, but he assigns to me, and he's telling me that why are that player there, and I'm thinking that's the same thing I'm thinking. So he watches it because he sees my frustration. He's very visual person thing, and he's really great with games. He's probably a savant when it comes to that part of his condition that he has. Um, so he can get a game and he can finish it, and it doesn't matter what level it's at. He'll start at the lowest level and then he'll start over again, and just keeps going and going and going, and he ends up beating it. I can't do that anymore. I mean, I'm old. The new games, I just can't deal with it. But he knows about patterns. You know, he is he has a better. Uh, he's not a savant in math, but he's almost is because he can do a higher level of math than I can do because he's like at the he's at the trigonometry stuff. He could do all that. He's still got a special education degree or whatever, but he got A's all through high school when it came to math, and when he took the placement tests or the end of course cast, he aced everything. So he got all that part. This problem that he had that they didn't give him. I mean, he still got a scholarship, or he still got his scholarship or certificate. I don't even know what the felt was, but was the reading level because he can't. Even though he can watch because we watch the game or watches the game or watching a movie, he looks at the subtitles and stuff, and he knows what's going on, and he can tell me what's going on. Um, but it's just he's not normal when it comes to that. But he don't care. I mean, He gets his point across, and he sees when I get upset, and he's looking at me. He's like, "Dad, why are they doing that? Why are they moving over there? Why they're not passing it?" And it is what it is. So, so I just think we need to just chill a little bit. I mean, there's more problems in Chelsea. Although I think Chelsea's played well the last two games and only got 1 point out of it. Um, I think they're going to be good at the end of the year. It just depends, because these players, they're so divas, and then if they don't do well, they'll start doing shit in the locker room or they'll undermine the coach. But I think Chelsea will be fine. Um, it's just concerning. However, it was concerning last year, and it just the players are not. You get new players in, uh, and Mount didn't play that way at Chelsea, so he has to figure out how he's going to do it. So what I was going to say when my son came out here, I wouldn't be shocked if Erickson starts because we're playing, I think, Forest at home, and we're going to have 80% or 70% of the ball. Hopefully, I thought we would have that against Wolves, but we didn't. Um, so I think he'll probably be in there. And you got to remember how well we played with Bruno, Erickson, and Casemiro at the same time in the game when they're both fit and all that stuff. Well, I think we lost like one game during that time. But the problem was when Erickson came back, he wasn't right. The question is, and I think he played it well when he came on. As soon as he got in the field, we got the ball back. But again, I think we're down 2-0 by that, and uh, all Spurs are trying to do is just trying to get us on the break. So I think we're fine in the back. It's just one of those games that fluky goals go in. I think that we deserved to get something in the game because we clearly could have had 3 or 4 goals in the first half. And this was the issue we had last year. But our defense was so good, we wouldn't give up anything. And we get something out of a game. We get a draw or we get a goal at the end. What they call it, moments FC that we are. And we're trying to get past that. It's just different. When I see this team, how we used to play under 4-4-2 with wingers just bobbing down, we just don't have that. We don't have players that can go past people. Uh, Sometimes Carnacho can. Uh, Alanga had that ability, but we got rid of him. And we got rid of Fred. And I think Fred would have been, I'm not going to go do 2020 thing here, but I think Fred would have been fine yesterday. And he's always played well against Spurs. So for what we sold him for, I think that was travesty for us. And I guess he just wanted to start, maybe. I don't know what happened. But again, everybody wanted them to leave. They want McTominay to leave. They want Maguire to leave. They want Fred to leave. People don't think that once you do that, you have different personalities that are no longer in the locker room, guys that they could trust. And I'm going to tell you what I've seen. They don't give the ball to Mount much yet, and that worries me. That they do the same thing with McTominay, and I always thought that was because they were worried that he'll get caught in possession. But there are times that the ball doesn't come to him, and he's got to be given the ball. He has the ability to push the ball up, and still he's the guy that's coming back and doing everything when people are not in position. So he's trying to go over the field, trying to deal with when Juan Bissaka's going up or Shaw's doing what he's doing. It's going to be tough. We're going to have these type of games, and again, the talent level when you're top 6, top 8 teams like Spurs is, it comes down to taking your chances, and we just didn't do it. I think I was very disappointed after our first game. I wasn't upset at all. Other than the fact that I don't think that we responded too well. We got that first chance after they gave up the goal. We gave up the goal, but we didn't really, just crap down on them. But we also knew that they have the ability to counter. I mean, they have one of the best players in the world at that, and so on. So I wasn't that upset, and I just really thought we're gonna get a goal in, and it just didn't happen. And it's been an issue we've had since last year. We need the ability to finish. I don't care that Marcus got 30 goals last year. He could have had 60 last year. He had so many chances. Bruno should have had 30 assists last year. Bruno should have played or should have scored yesterday. Marcus should have scored yesterday, or at least get the ball on target. The only thing we would hopefully think or see is that Hoyland comes in with the ability to be one of the top elite, putting the goals on target. He is like number one in that. So that doesn't always mean that he scores, but if you keep putting the ball on target, we're going to get either rebounds or something to put it back in. So I am not fucking going crazy like everybody else is. And then some people saying that Ted Hogg should be fired. I'm like, for what? I mean, are you going to get rid of Pochettino now because he's only got 1 point, 2 games? You know, I just it's the hardest league in the world, and people know this. And probably the same. There's going to be 2 teams that are going to go down that we know already, but we're gonna struggle against those teams as well. Uh, Forest is not going to be easy. If we get, I mean, it's very possible he might actually start McTominay as well to just put I don't know if he'll do that. I think it's way too early in the season to do that. I think he's probably going to start the same team, but I might put Erickson in there because we're going to have the ball and give a Mountain the ability to just sit there and watch what's going on, and those guys just need to be coached. The players look like they're out of position at times. Um, so, or they're not. What's the word I'm trying to say? They're thinking about instead of playing, and I think that's what I'm seeing, and that makes them slower on their feet. And definitely saw that in the first game. I thought we played really well in the first 30 minutes of that game yesterday. Um, I just I think we're gonna do what we're gonna do. We're gonna get the win. We're gonna have 6 points after 3 games. Basically the same point totals. Over about 2 minutes or 2 points for every game. That gives us at 30 or 76 points. We got 75 last year. Um, some people have said that there is still a widening of that other teams that got better than us. I don't know that Mount was worth what we paid for him. I've always liked him as a player. Personally, I like Foden better, but as far as the English players, I think he's a better player. Um, but I think he could come good. I just don't think we should have given him the 7. I think that should just not been in. Should just been set on the side for the right person to be the 7. But I just want to say this before I go. I still think we're gonna beat Forest. We're gonna get a couple goals at least. Something has to happen with Bruno. Bruno he had a couple great passes that should have been goals, but his game is just, and that's when he's playing the midfield as well, not just when he gets pulled out to the right. So he needs to get better. He's their captain. He has to show that. So I think we just need to take just a breath and say we'll be fine. Obviously, we're not going to be relegated, but it's going to be hard to get in the top 4 regardless. We need probably 70 points just to even be in the discussion to be in the top 4. And the league, I think, is a little bit better this year. And because Liverpool had a crap year last year, even though they finished strong. And Chelsea's got. I mean, I didn't really see wrong with Chelsea. They just don't have. It's like Wolves. Wolves they hold the ball pretty easily, but they don't have any. Nobody scores for them. And it's like the same thing with Chelsea. Chelsea could have been up 2-0 in there or 2-1, right? The guy missed the fucking penalty, and then they ended up losing 3-1. And they gave him a goal, obviously, when they actually had they were up by a man, but it is what it is, and it's only 2 games in. We have to beat Forest, and then we'll find out how good we are when we play Arsenal away. But that's where it is. I think it's our Arsenal away. We'll find out how we are. I don't look at City. They're a different level. They're the best team in the world. Unfortunately, I have to say it, but they are. So the next team is Arsenal, and I think we'll see how good we are, and hopefully we'll have an actual number 9. Marcus can't play that position. He can't hold on to the ball. I could talk about him forever. He doesn't have the ability to do it anymore. Um, The thing was, there was a time that he was so fast and that nobody could stop him. He is not that fast anymore. He's bulked up, obviously, to probably to not get hurt as much, or in his mind, if he thinks he could play that position, unless we have the ability that we're all fluid and everybody can just move and do stuff, which he doesn't do that. He just waits and says, "Now give it to me and I'll go after it." He doesn't have the ability. I mean, Martial is so much better with the ball or his back to the goal. I just wish the man would not get injured because we look so much better. Possibly Martial will play. I don't know. He only played like 15 minutes yesterday, so maybe he's on that. He's only gonna it's gonna be probably another couple weeks before we can actually do a full game. But if we can have him for the entire year, and we get Hoyland in, we're gonna be a we're. I mean, we showed that we can have a lot of. We had 22 shots yesterday, and we should have scored probably four of them. But well, tell me what you think in the comments below. And I'm probably talking too long about this, so I'm sure people are not going to sit around and watch the entire thing. But I just think again, just relax, just like Rogers said years ago with the Green Bay Packers. Just relax, and I think we need to relax. You guys have a good day. Bye.